Hey everyone, it's Synth Designer back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to create kind of vaporwave sounds in Serum. Now vaporwave is kind of like a offshoot of synthwave, chillwave. The defining characteristic, I guess you could say, is it's like synthwave but with more vapor. Obviously just kidding. It's really difficult to pin down exactly what vaporwave is, but it has a lot of like detunement. It's more filtered, so it's not kind of as bright. It's usually a little bit more mellow as well. And I'm going to show you how to create this pad here. And I'm going to give you kind of tips on how to create your own vaporwave sounds in any synth. So before we get into this video, this particular preset is from my newest preset pack called Synthwave Essentials Volume 4. Make sure to go to synthdesigner.com and download this preset pack along with a bunch of other preset packs, all available for free. If you're a Vaporwave fan, there's Synthwave Essentials Volume 1 through 4 and on Vital as well. Plus, there's also Chill Vibes Volumes 1 and 2 on Serum. It has lots of great kind of cool, detuned, chill wave, chill synth, and vaporwave sounds available on those preset packs as well. So why don't we get into how to create this sound, and then we're going to kind of talk about how vaporwave is made in any synth. So first off, let's take a look at this oscillator here. As you can see, we have a kind of a saw wave. It's not quite a saw wave. It's not as harsh as regular saw waves. This is M saw, I guess, what it's called. Actually, let's listen to the sound first. So as you can tell, it's really got a lot of different character to it. So let's unpack the sound. Other than the saw wave here, you can notice a lot of different things going on in terms of kind of modulations. First off, let's just start basically with the envelope. As you can see, very similar, very simple envelope here. Envelope 2 does not have any function. Envelope 1, very sustained with some release here. Just a little bit of release. The filter is pretty simple as well. It's an MG Low 18, and that's one of the things about vaporwave. It's oftentimes heavily filtered, and you don't want all those upper kind of harmonics coming through, so it's a tighter filter. 18, kind of 24 dB filters is pretty common. The other thing is here, I have this mod wheel here. This actually opens up the cutoff and the resonance. So let's listen, just a sustained chord. So that's something you can automate, or you can just move it around to your personal taste. I find that resonance also is kind of really impactful in vaporwave music, and just wanted a little bit more of that when the filter opens. The other thing you can really clearly hear is the noise. The noise oscillator in Serum is very useful for a lot of different things. In this case, very simply, I'm using the J106 HP. And it just adds that texture to it. I really like just having that noise oscillator on, just because it adds, like I said, that texture, which is very common in vaporwave music. The other thing you'll notice is, once we're getting into more technical details, the LFO here is doing a lot of work. So LFO 1, as you can see, I don't have this as like this regular triangle shape. I have it a little bit more subtle. And the thing is, you can have it up all the way here, but I didn't want it to be going way too crazy for a couple reasons. First is this fine tune here. The fine tune is, as you can hear, it's really detuning it a lot here. I have it off the BPM and I slowed it down. As with a lot of vaporwave, it's usually kind of a lower tempo, and having that detunement come in here is an essential part of it. It's kind of giving it that old analog-y kind of cassette tape kind of vibe to it. And you get that partly because you're detuning it so heavily, right? The other thing is I have it on the bend plus minus function, which is giving it a lot of different movement as well. And you can see it's not stable here. So let's take a look at the matrix. You can see it. All of these functions here are really kind of giving it that kind of unique sound, the detune sound, the unstable sound. Again, I have the detune here switching as well. So it's really all about these different sounds, these different kind of movements, I guess you could call it, that is adding to the vaporwave sound. LFO2 here, again, I have this also on the bend. To even unstabilize it a little bit further. The effects, super simple, just a little bit of reverb. So when you're thinking about creating these vaporwave sounds, think about how can we destabilize the sound through either attaching LFOs through kind of detunements to the fine tuning, as well as having different types of LFOs. So the great thing about Serum is LFOs could differ in a lot of ways. In this case, I kept it pretty simple, which is good for translating to other synths as well. You can very easily recreate this in a different synth. The saw wave here is a little bit different than your traditional one, but different synths will always have kind of different saw waves as well. So to think about vaporwave, kind of creating these pads, think about how can you make it kind of random sounding? How can you make it give it some texture through noise? These are all the elements of classic vaporwave sounds. Hopefully you kind of got some ideas to use in your own sounds, and let me know down in comments if you want to see more vaporwave videos and how to create these types of sounds in your music. And I'll see you all next time.